Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, the voice of the NBA on TNT, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
And on Bay Area Sports Wrap, we're joined by Tony Godsick, who is the chairman of the Laver Cup. I got to make sure I get that right. It's a nice big title.
Chairman of the Laver Cup, that's correct. Yep,
All
I'm
right.
the CEO of Team 8.
Tell me more about the Laver Cup. You said chairman of Team what exactly?
Team 8.
And tell me about Team 8.
Yeah, Team 8's a company that Roger Federer and myself and two other partners started back in 2013. We represent some other athletes besides Roger. We represent Coco Gauff and Ben Shelton. And we also, when we started Team 8, the first thing we kind of did was sketch out the Laver Cup. So this is a Team 8 event. And we have some other partners in Tennis Australia and the USTA. Yeah, we do a lot of different things, mostly in the sport of tennis, but some investing and some consulting and other things.
All right. Well, I used to be the PA announcer of the SAP Open before it left. In 2011 and 2012, before they decided to try to go an automated route. Didn't work very well, by the way. But fun tournament. There's no men's tennis since 2013. I'm guessing now it's because of travel. A lot of the top players don't want to travel to the West Coast, or the points aren't high enough in some of these tournaments.
No, I think if you see, and I think it's actually unfortunate, a lot of the smaller tournaments in the United States over the last 15 years have left. Think about it.
Yeah.
You have, well, the SAP Open, which was, in San Jose.
Yep. Los Angeles is gone.
Los Angeles is gone. Indianapolis is gone. Newport is now gone. Atlanta is gone. New Haven is gone. There's a trend. Not a good one, in my opinion.
No.
Obviously, Indian Wells has gotten bigger. Miami's gotten bigger. The U.S. Open now is taking a third week. They're getting bigger. I believe we should get those tournaments to come back. We can do it all. So, but I think tennis is super healthy. People were talking about padel and pickleball. I love pickleball only because the people who are playing pickleball are the ones that are buying tickets to the Laver Cup. And I think it's a very democratic sport. I'm still a tennis guy, but I think anyone who's using a racket and are exercising, this is good for tennis too.
Yeah. So tell me, you've been with Roger Federer since day one.
Not day one.
Not day one?
No,
day one.
2005 I started managing him. He'd already won 5 Grand Slams and had been #1 in the world. So my goal in the last 20 years was not to screw it up, and I think I did okay in that regard. But no, he was on his well on his way before I even knew him.
Where do you want to see tennis develop? I mean, obviously we know it's a great global game, but as I mentioned with the interview with Andre, I just don't know that many American players. I know Ben Shelton's up there. He's one of the top-ranked players, but it doesn't have the face of somebody like an Andre who can really help, advertise and promote the game.
Tennis is cyclical. There will be another American superstar. Unfortunately, you asked that question, Andre. Those guys are having great careers. Taylor Fritz is having a great career. Tommy Paul is having a good one now. Ben is just starting. But unless they win Grand Slams, people are saying, oh, they're not having a great career. And I think that's a little bit unfair, but at the same time, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, they took everything. They really took everything for many of these years. But there will be an American star coming. I don't know who it is, but there's a lot of them coming. And at some point, someone will break through. And what happens is you win a Grand Slam, you taste success, and you start winning more. And so give it some time. But they'll be back, the American players winning slams.
Well, my next question, real quick. One last question. My friend John Wong is a huge fan of tennis, but he watches the women's game. So how do you get the men's game back to being as popular as what the women's game has become?
Again, it's cyclical. That's why tennis is actually a wonderful sport. Men and women play for equal prize money, and they've been doing that for over 50 years because of Billie Jean King and other people that really push that. I think that's why Indian Wells is so successful. I think that's why the slams are successful, is you have this mix, and it's one of the few sports I think that does very well. So the women's game is doing well now. The men's game, I think, is doing very well now, too. I mean, there's some big superstars. So the sport's healthy globally. I mean, we think about it here in the U.S., but I can tell you they've got this João Fonseca kid in Brazil. The country's going crazy. They have 200 million people in Brazil. So that's going to be exciting. You've got the Chinese set years ago. They said, we're going to really go after tennis. The women have won slams. They've won gold medals. Now the men are certain to come. So from a global standpoint, tennis is very healthy, and both men's and women's.
All right, we're going to cut this interview short because Tony's on his way to see his son play at Stanford. And so, Tony, again, Tony Godsick, the chairman of the Laver Cup, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ruth Vivas. I'm the in-game host for the San Jose Earthquakes. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our channel, Bay Area Sports Wrap.